Hi, Timothy here. So right now I'm in Aomori City in Aomori prefecture, which is the most northern region of Japan's main island, Honshu. Aomori is famous for its seafood and apple, especially apple, as you can see with how many apple related things around the area. And this time we are going to get some fresh seafood and local delicacies in the city. So let's get going. Our first destination is a shop located right outside the train station that is called A Factory. And I assume the A stands for apple, because this is a souvenir market where you can find all apple themed goods, from souvenirs, snacks, variety of apple jams, and in store they also sell gelato that has various apple flavors. That's pretty good. Each of them has a different taste. One is very sweet and the other is a mix of sweet and sour. Apart from that, they have a bunch of different types of apple juice and apple cider from their in-house cidery, which is something that is hard to come by in Japan. And right in front of the store, there is a Nebuta museum. Nebuta is a giant lantern float that is paraded around the city during the summer festival. Once you get inside, you can play around using this interactive tablet that allows you to draw this giant face. Deeper into the museum, you will find the actual Nebuta floats. I don't think the camera captured the actual size of these things, but they are really gigantic. It is made of wood and paper, but because of its sheer size, it requires many people to move it around the city. Now it is time to get our first meal. For our first meal in Aomori, we are going to get a local ramen that has an interesting combination. A ramen with a combination of miso, curry, milk, and butter. Initially I wanted to try the broth without the butter, but because the broth is so hot, the butter almost melted completely. So let's just mix everything up and try out the broth. It's really good. You can taste all of the flavors. It is creamy and milky. The curry is a bit weak, but you can still taste it. The pork is just okay. There's nothing special about it. It is a typical lean slice of pork. But the noodle is good. It is quite thick and chewy, and it goes really well with this flavorful broth. The next place we are going to is a fish market that doubles as a restaurant. And what we are looking for here is Nokkedon, which is a make-your-own seafood rice bowl. So the way it works is you go to the ticket booth, pay for it, and then you will get 10 tickets for 1,500 yen that you can exchange with whatever to your liking. There is a map of the area written in Japanese, but the place is not that big, and it is more fun if you just go around and explore the area. And when you purchase the ticket, they will also give you this number card, and you have to look for the booth with the same number to get your rice. You don't have to get the rice if you don't want to, because it will cost 1 ticket to get the rice. Once you are ready, you can start exploring the area. When you find something to your liking, you can tell them what you want, and then they will put it into your bowl. After that, they will take the tickets from your voucher accordingly. Then you can continue your quest and check out what the other vendor has. Most of the items here will cost you 1 ticket, but some of them cost more, like shrimp or fatty tuna. So you need to plan your ticket usage properly. If you want something that is not raw, There is also a vendor that sells some veggies and grilled fish. After you use up all your tickets, it is time to look for a seat. There are a few seats on the first floor, or you can go to the second floor, which is more spacious. So here is my final seafood rice bowl, which is pretty standard. It consists mostly of different kinds of tuna. From akami, the lean part of the tuna, a fatty tuna, minced tuna with some green onions, a scallop that I stole from my friend, a mackerel, a salmon, and some salmon roll, and I also got a Japanese roll omelette. The tuna is very soft and buttery. It's not fishy and it tastes very fresh. Not only the tuna but all of them are fresh. I guess that's the benefit of a city close to the ocean. As I mentioned before, this is a make your own seafood rice bowl. So you can put whatever you want into your bowl. I highly recommend you try it whenever you visit Aomori. After a couple hours of train ride, I am now at a Starbucks in Hirosaki City. Initially I was trying to go to a cafe nearby that sells an apple curry and an apple pie. But by the time I arrived at around 2 PM, they already sold out even though they closed at 4:30. There are not that many options around the area, so here I am at Starbucks, hoping to find an apple pie. But unfortunately they do not have it here either. At least they have some apple related things like this apple cheesecake and this apple tea. So let's give it a try. That's pretty good. The cream cheese is pretty light and airy, and the apple chunk is sweet and slightly tangy. And how about this apple tea? Wow. There is some kind of an apple bits inside. Not sure if you can see it, but it is quite nice and refreshing. So those are some delicious food and probably the most well-known food in Aomori. And I believe you can go visit all of these places in one day. But that's it for now, and as always, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time.